We're at the Mirage Hotel. We're in the Revolution Lounge. An incredible, even historic night for Larry King Live as we meet the Beatles, the two living Beatles and the widows of the two who departed. It's the one-year anniversary of the Beatles' Love, this unprecedented Cirque du Soleil production embracing the musical legacy and spirit and passion of the Beatles. We begin with Yoko Ono Lennon, the artist and activist, the widow of the former Beatle John Lennon, who was killed on December 8, 1980. My God, 27 years already. John Lennon's solo songbook is the centerpiece for the benefit album project Instant Karma, the Amnesty International campaign to save Darfur. The proceeds go to support Amnesty International. There you see its cover. And Olivia Harrison, the widow of the former Beatle George Harrison, who succumbed to cancer on November 29th, 2001. She's executive producer of the reissue of the Traveling Wilburys collection. That debuted number 9 on the Billboard 200 list. The Traveling Wilburys group was made up of George Harrison, Bob Dylan, Roy Orbison, Tom Petty, and Jeff Lynne. What's this night like for you, Yoko?
Well, it's very emotional, actually. And I was thinking that after a year or so, that the show might just go down a little. But no, it's much, much more exciting now. I was so surprised that they made it into such an incredibly exciting show now.
Was this your baby, Olivia?
Actually, it was George's vision. George and Guy Laliberté had a friendship, and they had this creative spark of a moment. And, you know, George was around just long enough to transmit that to all of us. And through everyone's effort, it came through. I think it's been 7 years.
When do you think George would have thought of it?
He would have loved it. I just know he would have. I know that he loved Cirque. You know, Cirque is a very romantic thing. He was a romantic person. And I know he would have enjoyed it.
What would John have thought, Yoko?
Well, I think in the beginning I was a little bit worried about what John would have thought. And now I really know that John would be very happy with this, yeah.
Do you feel their presence? You never remarried, right?
Well, we were talking about that. Yeah, we feel so strongly about our husbands that sometimes it's hard for us, isn't it?
It is hard, you know. I mean, their presence is very powerful and very strong. But the incredible thing about them is that everything they left the world and left us is uplifting and joyful.
That's true.
There wasn't anything that they left that was negative or, you know, ideas that made you think and love and great melodies. So that's pretty unique.
Paul and Ringo will be coming aboard. We've got quite a show for you tonight. We're also going to meet Guy, the founder of Cirque du Soleil. Earlier today, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, Yoko, and Olivia had a ceremony honoring John and George. And we want to share some of the sights and sounds of that event. Happened about an hour and a half ago. Watch.
George was a great musician. He was a dear friend. I love him and I miss him. And God bless him. And I'm sure wherever he is, he's smiling right now.
It is great to be unveiling this because the guys aren't here, and the show has been such a great success and encapsulates our music, all the stuff we did together. They were great times. They were magnificent men, and it is an honor to unveil this plaque to them.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic.
John would have been very happy. I'm glad that this show is such a success, and also that another magnificent man here introduced him, and I'm very thankful to him.
I don't think George would be surprised at the success of this collaboration. He knew it was going to be good in so many ways, and I'm just thankful to be a part of it. Happy anniversary.
Peace and love for all of you.
And again, we'll be meeting Paul and Ringo in a little while, and then at the end, they'll all be with us, a kind of reunion at the Beatles. Do you feel, Yoko, that the Beatles have kind of surrounded you, that you're forever identified as a Beatle? Well,
it's a family. It's a family. The Beatle family is a very, very strong family, and we're all part of it, I feel, yeah.
Even though there were breakups and ups and downs?
Well, most families do have some breakups and arguments, don't you think?
Yeah. Olivia, how do you handle this? They see you, they think Beatle.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a real privilege, isn't it? You know, I mean, to be involved, you know, with such a great legacy, it's a real privilege.
So you don't look at any way as there's a down to it?
No, I don't. There isn't any downside to it. And, you know, they've been a great support. They're great friends. Our kids are all friends. It really is an extended family.
Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr will join us shortly. When we come back, more talk with Yoko and Olivia, who loved and lost John and George. You'll also meet the founder of Cirque du Soleil. Don't go away.
Larry King Live, brought to you by the personal advisors of Ameriprise Financial. Get to what's next.
Dreams are powerful. Just because we're retiring doesn't mean our dreams have to.
That's why Ameriprise Financial created the Dream Book. Before we talk about numbers, we want to know your dreams.
Call 1-800-509-4799 now
For your free Dream Book.
Then let an Ameriprise financial advisor work with you, one-to-one, face-to-face, to develop a financial plan to help get you there.
Because the best book on retirement is the one you'll write.
It fuels our lives and creates the products we depend on. It powers our workforce. It brings us home and gives us warmth. It lets us travel the earth and reach for the sky. Vital for life, too precious to waste. Oil and natural gas. Together, let's use it wisely. Learn more at energytomorrow.org.
The world has been slowly discovering the secrets of our planet and the miracles of life. Malaysia palm oil. Its fruit provides vitamins for our bodies and energy for our daily lives. Malaysia palm oil, a gift from nature, a gift for life.
You want AT&T?
No, Sprint.
The smartphones are at the starting gate. And away they go. It's Sprint Mobile Broadband against AT&T's Edge. They're digging for an email attachment. Sprint is starting to pull clear. 2 times faster. 3 times faster. Crossing the finish line at Sprint 5 times faster.
Sir, your table is ready.
Oh, thank you.
Businesses get the new Palm Trio 755p for $279.99. Visit sprint.com/business.
Paris Hilton talks to Larry King tomorrow in her first TV interview since her release from jail. The interview everyone's talking about. Paris Hilton for the Hour. Larry King Live, tomorrow 9 Eastern, only on CNN.
Battlefield Breakdown, CNN Special Investigations Unit, Saturday and Sunday night, 8 Eastern.
Time. Yoko Ono Lennon and Olivia Harrison remain with us. We're joined now by the genius Guy Laliberte. He is the founder of Cirque du Soleil. What does that song mean to you, Olivia, by the way?
Well, it's just an expression of love, really, isn't it? I mean,
one of the great love songs.
It is. Yes, it is.
Beautiful melody and lyric. Did every one of the Beatles like that song, Yoko?
Oh, yes, definitely. Especially John loved it. And he was saying that that has to be a single.
Worked out, too.
Yes,
nice.
yes.
You didn't know that?
Did you know
No,
that?
I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
No.
I can't believe it.
No.
He's the one who told Alan that, you know, it has to be a single.
All right, Guy, how did this all come together?
Oh, my God. Actually, through a special night in Montreal on the month of June 2000, George and I share, I guess, a lot of things. One in common, we are passionate of racing. So for many years, we met each other at a racing track, Formula One, but one year it came in Montreal, and annually I organize a party there. I don't play golf, so I invite all my business people, friends, on a special night on a Sunday night, and it goes on all night. And George was invited by a common friend that we had, and he arrived at the place there, and it was my magical garden. And he was supposed to come only for 30 minutes, say hello, pay a polite visit to us. In the end, he stayed with us all night, jammed with the musician there.
And did he come up with this idea?
Well, actually, when he left, he said, I would like to talk to you again. And I said, listen, I just want to be very careful about not engaging too much in conversation. Then we had a conversation over the phone, and he said, listen, I really enjoyed it, and that feeling I had at your place made me remind me of my own magical garden, which was your house.
Did the process begin
there?
And was it underway when George passed away?
Yeah, totally. You know, there was two moments. First, when he came visit my house, and then invite me to visit his house, and he showed me. Remember that day? I spent an entire day visiting. He showed me all his property, and there, what happened basically is we dreamed together. It was not about having a precise vision of a show. It was about defining an emotion that we were looking to maybe achieve in the encounter of Cirque du Soleil and the Beatles. And this is what had been the driving force since the beginning.
Now, Yoko, you had to sign off on this, didn't you?
Yes, of course. But I was nervous first, and then I thought, well, it's a good idea anyway, so.
Did you have any questions?
Well, you know,
he says yes.
Well, yes, okay, well, I was a little bit tough on
we
you,
enjoyed it. Yoko was bringing us, you know, it was so important for us to have the collaboration and the input of everybody, because for us it wasn't the dream of George was to at least once again having that creative force working together and contribute to a creative project at least one more time before everything
better that way, maybe.
And this is what really happened.
And I just had to protect John as well, of course, you know, so John's songs are very important for me, and I just had to say a few things.
What was it like, Olivia, the first time you saw it done?
Oh, well, I think the first time we went to rehearsals in Montreal, we were stunned. I mean, that would have done for us at that time. But, you know, being part of the brainstorming and visiting and seeing the costumes, and then we were in the studio together with George and Giles Martin. The whole creative process was just so uplifting and energetic and such a great exchange.
Were they easy to work with, Guy? Truth.
The truth is creatively, yes, because, you know, everybody there had the history, the heart put in it, the will to make it a success. But there was a lot of nervosity and emotion, especially coming from Yoko and Olivia.
Let me tell the audience, it pays off. If you're in Vegas, you must see Love. And it's incredible. We're all going to see it again tonight after the show. When we come back, Paul and Ringo. Don't go away.
Last year I had a baby, gained some weight, went on Nutrisystem, went from a size 12 to a size 2 again.
You can't miss the results of Nutrisystem Nourish, the weight loss program that lets you eat great and lose weight.
Nutrisystem rescued me not once, but twice.
Call or go online now to get your first 4 weeks of delicious meals and love the way you look. And through this special offer, you can get an extra 2 weeks of meals free.
I love being a mom, and I love having my body back.
Our secret is the breakthrough science of the glycemic advantage that separates good carbs from bad. Nutrisystem delivers every meal to your door, and shipping is free. For about $10 a day, you'll enjoy 4 weeks of perfectly portioned meals.
Trust me, you will lose weight.
Order our 4-week program, and you can get an extra 14 breakfasts, 14 lunches, 14 dinners, and 14 desserts. A full 2 weeks of food absolutely free. Call now to find out how.
I'm A.J. Hammer. Tonight on Showbiz Tonight, Paris Hilton leaving jail, the frenzy, and the reason her troubles are not over yet at 11 p.m. Eastern and Pacific.
It was a nice Friday. There was approximately 15 IDOT contractor workers working at a bridge abutment. A vehicle traveling way too fast came through, hit barrels and barricades, and ended up hitting a big pile of dirt. Me and other workers were diving out of the way just to get out of his path. If it wasn't for the dirt pile, it's hard to say what would have happened. It could be your friend or loved one. Please slow down. Nothing's worth killing somebody.
I'm a 10.
I'm a 10. I wish I was a 10.
I'm a 10. Can't you tell?
Illinois found the perfect 10. Inside Broadband 10.0. Up to 10 megs of pure download speed.
Are you a 10?
Call 1-866-99-INSIGHT now for the fastest internet in your area. Up to 6 times faster than DSL.
I'm 6 times faster.
Inside Broadband 10.0. Call 1-866-99-INSIGHT today.
Told you I was 6 times faster.
A Rare Hour with former Secretary of State Colin Powell. Larry King Thursday.
It was nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're celebrating the one-year anniversary of Love, the Cirque du Soleil presentation of the Beatles here at the Mirage Hotel in Las Vegas. Joining us now, Paul McCartney. The former Beatle, his latest album is Memory Almost Full. I love that title. It's holding at #3 on the Billboard 200 list, and he's gotten some tremendous reviews. And Ringo Starr, the other former living Beatle. Ringo's EMI catalog goes into global digital release August 28th. A career-spanning collection of Ringo's best solo recordings, photographed. The very best of Ringo Starr will be released on the same date. The only two men who could say, living men who could say, I was a Beatle. Do you guys keep in touch?
Yeah.
Talk often?
All the time.
We go on the Larry King show and things like that.
What do you make of this? What do you make of this whole thing?
Of this whole evening?
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's really beautiful. It's a great show, so we come out and see a show together. That's great with the girls.
I mean, we've supported the show from the start, and, you know,
Were you
a
surprised?
year later and the dedication of the plaque, so...
When you first saw this show, the Beatles and Cirque du Soleil, what'd you think?
When we first saw it, or when we first heard about the collaboration?
You first heard.
We first heard about it. I think we loved Cirque du Soleil anyway. We'd seen a few of their shows. Actually, George brought me here years ago to see O. He was so in love with what they did. And so I fell in love with what they did. And then the idea came about that we might do a show together. And the thing was, yeah, okay, the two things sound good together, but what are we going to do? What's it going to be? I kept saying, it's like we're going to be in a film with Spielberg, Beatles and Spielberg. That's great, but what's the script? And, you know, the French guys are sort of saying, French-Canadian guys saying...
It's in black and white.
It's very good, it will be good, you know what I'm saying? But pretty soon they came up with some sensational ideas.
Did you like it right away, Ringo?
I did. You know, I mean, it had its process to go through. I loved the way where the music was going. You know, we had all that and the 5.1. And then, you know, we saw the show, and it was so exciting. You know, it was really exciting. I haven't seen it since, but the ladies went last night. I mean, we're going tonight, but the ladies went and said it's changed, so it'll be really exciting.
Do you guys, frankly, pinch yourselves? I mean, do you get up in the morning and say, jeez?
I pinch him.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you know what I mean.
morning.
And I pinch him.
And he pinches me.
It's getting risky.
But,
No, you
yeah,
know what I mean.
we're kind of risky kind of guys.
Anyway,
Larry.
no.
Even on national television, we just don't care.
It's, you know, it's gone.
Pinch.
I have to
You know what I
remember it
mean.
once a day, otherwise it gets...
That's my pinch. for the
No,
day.
telling me once to know.
Well, Larry, you know what? It is true. Of course we do.
Come on, you changed the world.
We were just kids from Liverpool, and yeah, it is quite amazing because as time goes on, it kind of becomes more and more of a phenomenon.
It grows.
And the young kids, you know, talk about it like as if it's history, which it is.
I think the most exciting thing is that, you know, you expect people our age to know the music, but actually a lot of the kids know the music. And if anything is left, we have left really good music. And that's the important part, not the mop tops or whatever. You know.
You joined them after they were...
Nothing.
You made them.
We
They
were
were nothing.
We were nothing till he joined us.
And then I joined, and they got this record deal, and look what happened.
Yeah. No, actually,
Everybody feels that they were...
No, we were good. You wanted to join us. You begged to join us.
Oh,
we were really good.
Yeah, sure.
Were you, all of you, friendly? I mean, did it...
I tell you, okay, I can tell you this, but we loved him because we were in Hamburg, and we were a good little group.
Big in Germany.
Yeah.
In Hamburg.
In Hamburg, not Germany, just Hamburg. But Ringo was in this other group called Rory Storm and Hurricanes, and we just thought he was the very best drummer we'd ever seen. And we wanted him in the group. It's kind of like that. So we were big fans of his.
And I was big fans of theirs. That's how it went.
Did you think the Beatles would make it?
We thought we'd be really big in Liverpool.
No, you
yeah, really.
Big at home.
And then we sort of were big in London, you know, England, and then Sweden and Denmark. I mean, we didn't just do it overnight. We had to go on a lot of planes.
When it took off, and that first trip to the United States, what was that like?
That was something else, I must say. We didn't know that crowd and that pandemonium was going to be at the airport. We took off, and we knew it was going to be good, and we were, you know, the thing is, we were pretty sure of ourselves. You had to be, you know, to do what we did. So we knew we were good. We'd had a degree of success, but we didn't know that was going to greet us.
No, we didn't know it'd be that big.
We came down the steps.
But to backtrack a little bit, George had actually come on holiday to America. And we were used to, in Europe, the big crowds and the adulation. And he came back, and because he was going into record stores saying, have you got the Beatles? I said, never heard of them. And he came back saying, oh, it's going to be really hard. They don't know us over there. But by the time we arrived, it was great.
And what a story. Where were you when John passed?
When John passed, I was in Sussex, in my home in Sussex. That's where I was.
Somebody called you?
Yeah. My manager at the time called me. And that was just the shock of all shocks, you know.
George, where were you?
George?
No, this is Ringo.
Ringo, where were you?
I was in the Bahamas.
I was getting to it when George passed.
I was
No, you weren't, Larry.
Shut up, it's my turn.
I know, but you've got your name wrong, Ringo, on national
give him
television.
a break.
We can't
anyway,
play it. It's
I
live.
was in the Bahamas. And the kids called and they said, we've heard something, like John's been hurt. What? And then we got a call that John had actually been seriously hurt. And we just got a plane to New York, said hello to Yoko. You know, you don't know what to do. I mean, it's so weird. And then it was so crazy there, and I didn't think we were helping the situation because there was another fab in town. That then we went back to LA, but I was in the Bahamas.
Was George's passing expected?
Yeah.
Because you knew how sick he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all knew, and he knew. But it was great. You know, in all these, well, actually in John's case, I was going to say in all these tragedies, in George's case, in that tragedy, there were some good things about it. In John's case, there weren't. But with George, I got to see him.
Oh, you did?
A short time before he died. And it was just the best because we sat like this, if you don't mind. We sat and just stroking hands like this. And this is a guy, you know, I'd known since he was a little kid. And you don't stroke hands with guys like that. You know, it was just beautiful.
Not unless we're secure.
But, you know, we just spent a couple of hours. And it was really lovely. It was like a favorite memory of mine.
We'll be right back with, on this auspicious, wonderful occasion, right back with more of Paul and Ringo. Don't go away.
A crowd of people stood and stared.
Hello?
This is Scott from Brinks Home Security. Are you all right?
No, I think someone tried to break in the front door.
I'm sending help right now.
Brinks Home Security protected this family, and they can help protect yours, too. The Brinks J.D. Power & Associates Award-recognized monitoring center can provide a quick link to the authorities 24 hours a day. Call Brinks now and get a free security system needs analysis. The Brinks Standard System at Consumer's Digest Best Buy installed for just $99 and a second keypad installed free. That's a $125 value. Plus, you could save up to 20% on your homeowner's insurance.
Thank you so much.
Brinks Home Security, dedicated to rapid response and peace of mind 24 hours a day. Call now.
This Friday, experience this summer's must-see movie, starring the greatest actresses of our time. From the author of The Hours.
We are mysterious creatures, aren't we?
Evening, rated PG-13.
You want AT&T?
No, Sprint.
The smartphones are at the starting gate. And away they go. It's Sprint Mobile Broadband against AT&T's Edge. They're digging for an email attachment. Sprint is starting to pull clear. 2 times faster. 3 times faster. Crossing the finish line at Sprint 5 times faster.
Sir, your table is ready.
Oh, thank you.
Businesses get the new Palm Trio 755p for $279.99. Visit sprint.com/business.
Due to our successful TV and radio campaigns, America's largest manufacturer of steel buildings is offering huge savings on select models.
My husband wanted a building where he could store all of his valuable belongings. Well, I wanted something that would look great on our property. We both found what we wanted at U.S. Buildings.
They're durable, long-lasting, even fire-resistant.
Thanks to their easy-to-read step-by-step construction manual and excellent customer support, our building was constructed in 1 weekend.
These specials won't last long. Buy now and save. Call U.S. Buildings today.
Calling all independent thinkers. Now's your chance to take your issues straight to the presidential candidates.
Go to CNN.com/YouTube debates. Create your own video question, and you can see it live on the CNN YouTube debates. Go to CNN.com/YouTube debates now.
That's what I have written. It says here.
Wing it, Larry.
We're back with Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and a mandolin.
Hey.
Everybody gonna dance tonight. Everybody gonna feel alright. Everybody gonna dance around tonight. You can come on to my place if you want to. You can do anything you want to do.
Yeah, great. That commercial for that record with you and a kind of a cartoon figure walking, was that your idea?
No, it was their idea. They're very clever people.
So it really is.
Yeah.
A great spot. And the album's doing great, right?
It's